Hi and welcome back to CoinSuri's channel. The XRP correction is in grave peril. Frankly, taking into account what's truly happening, it appears to be somewhat more sensational than is maybe justified. Nonetheless, that is precise. An issue was found in the XRP record correction. Thusly, it infers that you would have imperfect layer 1 innovation inside the XRP in the event that this correction were to pass, as it was at the time with that issue. The inquiry then turns out to be, normally, record, how much is it a really huge issue? Is there a threat to security? And there have been a few volatile discussions. Also, there has been no absence of inclusion, which I will impart to you in short. I'll currently impart to you a couple of perspectives that, as I would like to think, successfully present all sides of the discussion. As some have said, we ought to never proceed presenting any sort of revision with a known issue on the XRP record. Others counter that it actually works well and doesn't represent a security concern. There is a little defer in the exchange. We will delve into subtleties in a second. Subsequently, I thought about this, and negative, I'm not a tech nerd. What's more, I'm thankful for our XRP people groups, tech aficionados. I extremely respect them since they're the ones who are learned and do a great deal of the difficult work. That is everything I can do, and what most others can do also. We can pay attention to the contentions made by individuals who are nearest to being viewed as specialists, since we aren't specialists on most parts of life overall. From that point onward, we just tune in and dissect their disputed matters. After then, we give a valiant effort to show up at our own decisions. Like all the other things throughout everyday life, you need to do your best since you won't be a specialist in many things, whether you're paying attention to political conversations or monetary masters, which I'm not. Following the becoming aware of the contentions, you might find that one side is more persuading than the other. I'll simply say that, actually, I'm somewhat amidst this video first and foremost on the grounds that I don't really accept that this is just significant. Honestly, I don't really accept that it's worrying. I'll separate wine as we go into the video. In my perspective, it will be superfluous anyway. I hence find it honorable how energetically individuals are talking about all of this. Sometimes, it might have appeared to be that sure people were becoming grating or ungentle. Nonetheless, I accept it simply shows the way that concerned people can be. That part is great, just honestly, yet before we proceed, let me explain that I have no monetary experience, and that I am not offering monetary guidance. Moreover, nothing I say ought to at any point impact you to buy or sell something, correct? I'm essentially a specialist that likes to make YouTube recordings covering different parts of cryptographic money, yet similarly as apostime, and for unadulterated satisfaction. Also, I accept that the Crypto Fundamental covered this somewhat well. I'll give you a portion of the data in this post that tends to this subject. From that point forward, we'll give you a few perspectives from a couple of people who are truly engaged with this. What's more, regardless of whether it's anything but a vote in essence, I accept that individuals ought to contend their situation, no matter whose side they support. This is the title. Decisions on XLS30 are renounced by XRP-L validators. Indeed, it will not be delivered on February 14th. This is the mechanized market creator, obviously. Furthermore, right now, I'm certain most of you, while perhaps not every one of you, know about it. Notwithstanding, there was an adequate number of votes supporting the revision. Subsequently, 80% endorsement in addition to another vote is expected for a change to be approved on the XRP record. In this way, from a specialized perspective, what might that be, 81%? Or then again maybe I'm not quite certain, truth be told, I'm unsure. Maybe it's situated at 0001. It should be obvious that 80% is deficient, yet it actually matters. Hence, I accept that an acknowledgement pace of 80% in addition to one from the validators is the ideal approach. Also, it was achieved. That currently begins a clock whenever it's refined. Just said, when a change is made, it gets placed into the XRP ledger. Passed after a vote, and it lays out a 14-day time limit. It is subsequently placed into impact as long as the vote edge stays higher than that of 80% in addition to one. We in this way surpassed that boundary, and on February 14th it was planned to be approved. Nonetheless, that was the point at which the issue was found. What's more, an extremely huge number of votes were changed. In this way, you should establish a fix. Also, if there are an adequate number of votes, you need to reset the clock. Fortunately, as far as I can see, everyone with the capacity to cast a ballot needs a robotized market producer. It simply descends tosshold. We move rapidly to follow through with this job. Harmony, in any case, implies what follows. More validators are pulling out their votes. In this way, the much-anticipated XLS30D alteration for the XRP money, which should lay out a robotized market creator, won't go live on February 14th. This is on the grounds that a serious imperfection in the AMM code was found. During an extended testing period, WaveX, the organization's improvement division, found the issue and noticed a potential deterrent to a few exchanges being done on a similar record. In the wake of hearing every one of sides' contentions, I'll essentially express this. Naming this issue a basic bug appears to be in excess of a stretch, in my unassuming perspective. That doesn't give off an impression of being a fair rundown of the circumstance. As I said previously, I'm not a PC nerd, so I'm not a specialist. However, subsequent to hearing all sides of the discussion, what did I see as seriously persuading? The contentions recommended that this is an exceptionally essential issue. Moreover, the XRP record keeps on working in any event, when it is executed with the issue. That is somewhat exquisite. I don't for a moment even see that point being challenged. In fact, if there is a known issue, the main issue is whether you ought to ever, for any reason, distribute a nobody correction code to the XRP record, layer 1. Here a ton of the enthusiasm emerges, since it's broadly recognized that nothing of the like will end up compromising the security of the XRP record, make cash be lost, or cause anything more comparable. Nonetheless, I'm thankful that an adequate number of others in our environment share my overwhelming inclinations, which gives me a much-needed boost. That gives certainty, yet it keeps happening. An edge circumstance in which the exchanging cost is set underneath 0.01% is the primary objective of the issue. In this occasion, the issue emerges from a group of exchanges on the AMM that makes specific exchanges stop for one record, deferring execution by 3 to 5 seconds. Eminently, exchanges can't be executed until one record has shut after the AMM has been framed. Except for the summon exchange, all exchanges continue as expected once this record closes. Remarkably, the exchange including the first vote would continue as expected. Be that as it may, the ensuing AMM vote exchanges won't execute until one record closes, which could require as long as 5 seconds. A fix has been recommended by WaveX, and it is currently being investigated. The recommended arrangement deals with the issue of ensuring that default fields in section in our items are accurately distinguished and that the code and center record are steady. All validators have withdrawn their decisions in favor of the XLS30D correction, exhibiting their resistance even considering the bug XRP's tiny impact. Recollect that on February 1st, the correction acquired the important validator agreement, and on February 14th, the execution estimated time of arrival was set. Subsequently, in light of what I've seen, it would keep on working. Yet in extremely uncommon conditions, certain transactions, 3 to 5 seconds would be squandered in the event that edge cases, as they are called, needed to sit tight for another record to close. It would in any case work, be that as it may. There isn't even the smallest sign of any security issues. It's odd, coincidentally, that they allude to this as a really unassuming outcome of the issue as of now in the story. Then, at that point, what did I let you know up here? That's what they said. Darn, there is a serious bug to fault for this. That is the subsequent one, regardless of whether it were acknowledged as such, it will not destroy anything. No. Francis Cowlight Quick, who made the XRP well-off list, offered his view via online entertainment network Tomahawks at Quick Oxlike. He said also, this. Not a solitary engineer, note that I could find in the code remarks, proposes that enactment ought to be deferred. How articles are started up is adjusted by this fix. What's more, the possibility that no one cases the old methodology isn't protected, or that after something was finished, it can't be changed to the new methodology in a later rendition, etc. In this manner, he's expressing that there is no evidence that there is a security worry here, or that purchasers could lose cash or have any extreme results. Moreover, there's no great explanation to imagine that, regardless of whether approved, it couldn't be changed in any way. Also, that is precise, in view of what I've seen. Truly speaking, I haven't seen any undeniable case against it, hence I will not actually make one by any means. Then he asks, was the vote undoing tended to beyond the part assigned for public remarks? In the event that indeed, on what grounds was the decision made? Fundamentally, this update presents another strategy for object creation, yet was the past technique truly practical? Was this postpone brought about by any ideas made by the coders? And afterward there came expectors post. And afterward, subsequent to giving it a few serious idea, they wrote this. We presently vote against the AM revision, despite the fact that an urgent element must be fixed prior to being initiated. An alternate vote would be indiscreet and would subvert our ethical quality. Besides, it would start a hazardous trend. Any alteration with perceived issues shouldn't pass. We want to keep up with the highest guidelines for the local area around the XRP record. Indeed, this is the explanation. I'm in the middle. Since I think the two sides' contentions are solid, that normally places me in the middle. Yet will it truly annihilate us, given that the XRP record has existed for over a decade without the robotized market creator? That is where the video stops. Mercifully leave your remarks in the space beneath. What's more, if it's not too much trouble, as and buy in as usual. See you soon, bye.